everyone, welcome back on this channel. My name is Glenna Vilmanarang. Welcome to soulishfemme. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. And to those of my returning subscribers, viewers, I know who you are. Well, thank you for your support. And today's topic is 5 things that can make you live a meaningful life. Meaningful life only can be when you are strategic about it and you're on purpose. So these are the 5 things that probably had helped me throughout my journey in this world. So number 1, with no further ado, are people. It starts with your relationship with people, especially with yourself. I truly believe, as the Bible would say, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Yourself is included in that category, because if you don't know how to love yourself, granted, you don't even know what you're about. You have no idea the boundaries that you have to set, and you have to know the kind of standards that you have for yourself so that you will treat people the way that you want to be treated according to the golden rule. However, we do live in the world that there are positive people and there are negative people. Unfortunately, there are 2 contradictions in this world. People that are positive, you will know them. Usually they have this optimism, upbeat personality, who always want to make you a better version of yourself. On the other hand, there's a flip side of the coin, which is the negative one. Complainers, victimhood mindset, the self-pity party, the drama queens, and all the things that we are going to encounter. So according to Jim Rohn, the 5 people in your life can either make you or break you. Of course, I'm paraphrasing what he's saying. Or they can actually elevate you, or they can tear you apart. So these are important. Your family members, just because they are related to you, just because they are blood related, it doesn't mean that they will have the best interest at heart. Some people in your life, they are the worst people, because why? They want to either protect you and stunt your growth, or they want to be able to just put you in a box where people flock together, they think alike. So this is the kind of people that you really have to assess, sort out, sift out which one is for me and which one isn't, because not everyone in the family have the best intentions at heart, and you have to find out who these people are. Friendships is the same thing, acquaintances, co-workers, relational, anything that you think is going to influence your life. People are sometimes fickle-minded. One way they are for you, and other times they're not for you. People do change, sometimes for the worst and sometimes for the best. So you have to figure out who these people are. Just because a person seems really nice on the outside, it doesn't mean that their heart is pure, because Jesus said you will know them by their fruit. Give them some time, and eventually their true colors will reveal itself. So you have to really be keen. Awareness is the kind of thing that you have to know, self-awareness. You also have to find out the things that are, what do you tolerate and what you don't tolerate. Because if you don't know your standards, this is why when I was a lot younger, and for many of us who are young, we trust everyone. We have this tendency that we just allow people to come into our lives and trust what they say, and that they will have the best intentions at heart. Eventually, when you become an adult, you realize that not all people are trustworthy, because they will betray you, or sometimes they just use you for their benefit, and after they have used you, they somehow do not like you anymore, and they will paint you as the villain. And they used to like you before. After they have benefited from you, now all of a sudden you become their enemy. And of course, number 2 reason why that you can live a meaningful life are environment such as creating something in your life, the place that you live, maybe apartment building. Sometimes we do live with other people around us, neighbors that we cannot really control. And so environment is something that you can create a space of haven. Like my closet, I love to bring flowers and to just elevate the look into your living room, candle perhaps, plants, anything that can create a space of harmony, a space of tranquility, give you a piece of serenity whenever you come in, because we already live in a world of chaos. There's so much really going on in this world right now. When you watch the news, they only bring and give us too much drama. And so if you're not gonna be able to have this mindset of, I need to have an environment, an ambience, aesthetic that can help me bring peace to my soul. This is why I love nature. Nature usually brings me a peace of mind. Nature finds this way of just captivates my heart because it is a place of tranquility. When I go to the park, I just stare sometimes at the sky or watch the trees and the birds fleeting by, because these are the things that sometimes we take things for granted, but we can learn from the environment that they go through seasons, especially when you live in the East Coast, but yet they are rooted and grounded. They are not fluctuating from one location to another. So in the same way with our environment, when there's something that we look at that pleases our eyes, that gives us this peace of mind and heart, it really increases us to have this love for ourselves and love for the things that we do. Maybe bringing a painting inside your home that can also elevate, that every time you look at it, it reminds you of a place of happiness or a place of tranquility. And the third one that can help you live a meaningful life are habits. Habits are something that you do not just once, but it is repeatedly. It is about repetition. What you do on a daily basis, they will accumulate over time. They will have a compound interest. So if you think that you want to invest in your health, then what are the things that you can do today habitually on a daily basis? Maybe you can work out Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, or maybe every day if you have that time for 20 minutes moving your body. These are the things that you can incorporate in your life so that you will have the life or the self that you would like to achieve. So this is about investing incrementally. It is something about one day at a time. You have to be habitually taking care of your hair, skin, or habitually taking care of your family, habitually taking care of your business. Your finances is something that you also have to habitually be mindful of how you spend your money and the things that you bring into your life, which is clothes that you wear. So you have to be mindful of these things. Sometimes we think that a habit is only be implemented one time, but eventually you don't know how that habit is gonna really impact you longevity wise. So a habit could be something that is a routine. You need to have a structured routine Mondays through Sundays. This is why I love calendars. I love to just write down my to-do list. Usually on Sundays, I like to meal plan. What do you think I can plan ahead? I will ask my family, what are you going to eat for lunch? Especially for kids, you have to ask them if you're going to bring food to school, what kind of clothes you have to wear. These are a habit that you can teach your children to prepare their clothes the night before so that they don't have to get stressed out and try to figure out what to wear that morning, and you too are going to be stressed out. And planning, of course, your day. That's why I love mornings, because it is for my time for myself. I can restructure it. I can write down or think clearly early in the morning of what I need to do that morning. So as I said before, I already showed you before that I printed this simple structure of my daily habit, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, laundry days, chores, and sometimes I would just do things that are creating this video. So these are just something that because I cannot really tell you what is best suitable for your life. Each one has its own daily schedule depending on the seasons of your life. And of course, so a meaningful life, you have to know where your time is going. Time is a commodity that we cannot afford to lose. Once you lose it, you cannot take it back. It is given to each one of us, no matter how old you are, young and old, rich and poor. We are all given the same time, 24 hours in one day. And it's up to you how to use the time wisely, or you want to squander it into some things that are not important. Of course, today we have so many distractions. This is why we have to be intentional and on purpose of where you spend your time and how you spend your time. Because time is, you don't really control it. You just have to manage it. Because time is not going to wait for you. When it's time to be at 8 o'clock and when the sun rises, you cannot really stop it from happening. It will just do it. Its natural way. That's how nature works. So if you think that you don't like where you're at right now and you don't like your life, or you're not happy of the life that you're going, so maybe you just first of all assess your time. What are the things that you're doing on a daily basis? The time spent, maybe you spend too much time browsing on the internet. I know for some of us, we do need social media to use for leveraging our businesses, but there are some other things that we can probably schedule in for 1 hour of watching. You allow yourself and you permit yourself to watch for 1 hour, 2 hours, and then just put it aside and have time for yourself and do something that makes you happy. Maybe you have to start writing something or reading a book for 15 minutes to 20 minutes. You increase that gradually. Or maybe you can just start painting if that's something that you like to do. Hone in into your skills. If you like to play an instrument like a guitar, violin, or piano, maybe these are the things that you can allocate instead of just wasting your time watching TV. Because again, time is something that you cannot afford to lose. That's why for so many of us, we always say, I don't have time. That's just excuses. You do have time. It's about priorities. It's about putting the effort and the energy of how you use your time. There are times that if I would tell myself, I just don't have time for this because I'm too tired, I'm too stressed, and I would allow myself to rest, and I'm not even going to feel guilty about that, because we do have to listen to our body's needs. Sometimes I am in the mode of working, and I'm very goal-oriented person. I'm a type A personality, but when I put my mind and my heart into something, I would just allow myself, especially when I am in the flow. But other times when I'm tired, exhausted, especially for us women, we go through PMS, hormonal imbalances, and we go through changes in our body. Sometimes when my body would say, I want to just rest, I just don't want to think right now, I don't want to create anything, and I will also allow myself to have the time for rest, because time for rest is self-care. It is not something that you should take for granted, because what good is money when you cannot even have health? What good is accumulating and doing all the things that you want to do and accomplish all the goals that you have when you are depleted of energy and your job is sloppy and you're not showing up to the best version of yourself? So number 5, the last point is, of course, to live a meaningful life is to have a purpose. A purpose, of course, is something that you will discover eventually later on in life. I did not discover my purpose later on in life, although I kind of have an idea of what I wanted to become when I was younger. There was a hint here and there, but because of responsibilities, because of people who tried to convince me otherwise, that is not your purpose. Journalism, communication, and probably God just plunged me into YouTube channel, because as a child I remembered just pretending to be in front of the mirror, and I would just talk there out loud and pretending like I was reading something on the newspaper. And now the YouTube channel, of course, opened this door for me, and somehow I stumbled upon this purpose. Purpose sometimes is not like a bigger, grander schemes. It's something to do with what is the season of your life. We think of a purpose that my purpose is to be a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse. Those are the careers. That is your purpose. You have a purpose for every jobs that you come in. You have a purpose there. What is your job title? That is your purpose. So if you're the manager at that job, the purpose is to manage your team. My purpose right now, I am a multifaceted person. I have a lot on my plate. So my purpose in my season of my life is I'm a stay-home mom right now, a full-time homemaker plus a content creator. And that is my purpose at this season. Now, it could change eventually in the future, because you and I are allowed to change. We cannot just have a set of stones. This is my purpose in life. I mean, people think that your purpose in life is just set on stone, and they don't have the room to live and to pivot whenever they want. I mean, you are allowed to change. If you somehow decided to, this is not going to work for me, this is not working out for me, then I'm just going to change. Do not allow people to put you in a box and says, well, this is only your purpose. No. Think of your purpose as our body parts. Our body parts have many functions. Your eyes is for seeing, your nose is for smelling, your mouth is for talking and for tasting, and for your ears is for listening, your hands is for helping other people, and your feet is for walking. So purpose is the same thing with your body parts. We have many, many purposes in life. It's just how you use your purpose to make your life better and to make you help other people in such a way. So my purpose as a mother is to help my child to grow up in the way that he should go, and to teach him and to educate him and to make sure that he's eating right and, everything is good at school. My purpose as a wife is the same thing, helping my husband, and to really just, we know our different roles that we have to play, taking care of home, taking care of the things that we need at home as a caretaker. For some people, they don't appreciate a homemaker, of course, because they say it's such an archaic mentality. Some men that are sexist and misogynistic, unfortunately, they don't view women respectfully, especially when they have decided to be a full-time mother, when God gave women that responsibility, because they rather want a society to tell them of how a woman should be. Isn't it funny how women nowadays, if they decided to be a stay-home mom, a full-time homemaker, they become villainized, and they would say you're just wasting your time, you're wasting your potential, because that is exactly how society view women today. And this is why when you decided, because this is the season of your life, this is where God has put you, do not allow people otherwise to make you feel guilty, because your season is not their season. This too shall pass. It doesn't mean that you're going to be a full-time mom all day, the whole year, or 5 years from now, because when your children grow up and you're going to be out of the house and you're old enough to take care of yourself, of course, there'll be a different season in your life. And so, but the unfortunate part is that we do have people, family members, that will guilt you up or say you probably should go back to school because it's rather important that you just educate yourself. But I'm pretty sure that some career women would rather want to have a stay-home mom, but because they cannot afford it right now, because they live in a family that forces women to do everything. And this is what I have to struggle every single time, that I do live with family members who somehow degrade women, who doesn't appreciate what homemakers put in, because homemakers are people who are not getting paid. We don't have vacation. We're on call 24 hours, 7 days a week. And usually it's rather easy to just clock in, clock out, and bring the bacon home and put the money in. But what good is that when you are not even have the family, your children, you don't even know where they're at? I am fortunate right now that I can be able to do this, but this is not permanent, because as I said, your purpose in this season is up to you. It's depending on where you're at right now. You have to flourish where God has planted you, but do not allow other people to force you and to stress you out and to pressure you to be someone that you are not yet. Some people are sent to you for a reason to sabotage God's purpose in your life, and do not allow these people, because sometimes they don't see the bigger picture. People just love to give their opinion, but they don't know what you're up to. They don't know the kind of season you're in. And this is why it is a disrespect. It doesn't really help you if it doesn't contribute to your well-being, if it doesn't resonate with you internally. So you have to tune out the voices of these people's opinion, because what matters is between you and God. If you feel as though I am at the right place, I am at the right time, I'm doing my best, I'm showing up, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be, then forget about what people are saying around you, because life is about creating it. It's curating. This is your one purpose in life. So to leave you with this quote, it says that to be happy, focus on the things you can control. So the things that you can control are people. Choose the people in your life. Environment. Choose the environment that you go to. Habits that you do. The time and your purpose. So I believe, and this is to conclude this video, to be happy in life, the key to happiness is to find a meaningful way of living. You cannot be happy if you are not living a meaningful way, because happiness equates purpose of living. If you don't know what your purpose, and you don't know where your time is, this is why you probably are depressed, exhausted, and overwhelmed in life, because you don't have a full picture of how to live a well-meaningful life. And that is all, my beautiful, gorgeous friends, that I have for you today. I hope that you're blessed with this message. As always, be bold, be brave, be courageous, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.